Hi, my name's Kat. I'll be your art professor for today. So you know you're off to a good start. I want to talk today a little bit about believing in yourself as an artist or a musician, like whatever it is that you do. We have to believe in the value of what we do so we can keep going. And that's super hard a lot of the time, but I actually know some things about it, and I'm going to tell them to you. And I know you're thinking, like, why should I listen to you? I don't even know who you are. I know that. That's kind of the point I'm going to make. Oscar, get off of there. Oh my God. This is going to be a great video by definition because I'm not AI generated. This is not a get-rich-quick webinar. This is not a crypto scam. I'm not sure how we got to the point where those are our standards for quality, but here we are. I am just a creative person who believes authentically in the value of the things I create. And I'm very funny. Those are my credentials to speak to you today. The heartbreaking truth about being a creative person who lacks confidence is that most of us can remember a time, usually when we were very young, where we actually had a lot of confidence in our abilities. You know, like when you were a kid and you just loved making music or painting pictures, and you were so excited about what you were doing, and then you showed it to other people, and they laughed or thought it was bad, or they ignored you, or they told you it was kind of a waste of time and it wasn't practical. Like they just didn't get it. And it was something that really meant a lot to you in ways that that person didn't understand. Our minds are so impressionable when we're young, and we take those experiences and we internalize them, and they become like a part of our creative identity. I'm not really that good. I'm not really good enough. And when we go out in the world and we're seeking like fame and likes and followers and all the stuff, and like success is cool. I like success. I'm not against it. But I think our desire for these things more often than not is just driven by this desire we have to kind of find that person we were again who believed in what they were doing. And we go out there hoping and praying that the world is going to approve and they're going to give us this recognition so we can get back a little bit of that confidence we lost. Come here a minute. I'm going to tell you something. If you played a song you wrote for somebody when you were a kid, or you showed them your painting or whatever, and they laughed at you, there is no number of Instagram likes or Spotify streams that is going to fix that for you. That's not actually how confidence works. See, this is what I figured out for myself. No one is coming to help. My adult self has to decide to take my confidence back. Other people will never be able to give this to me because they don't have it to give. The creative landscape is littered with very commercially successful artists and musicians who are actually very insecure. You know, like getting to play at Coachella didn't fix that for them. I heard a great quote and I can't get it out of my head. No one respects your discipline until they need to duplicate your results. Really listen to that. We do not respect the discipline of creative people unless we want to duplicate their results. I devote a lot of time to art and YouTube. Like a lot of time for reasons that I have decided are important, and no one cares. Like, some people in my life do think it's kind of cool. Like, oh, that's great. You're being so creative and you have this outlet to express yourself. And that's so cool that you're like putting yourself out there and telling your story. Like, there are some people in my life who think it's kind of cool that I do it. But generally speaking, to most people, this looks like a super duper big waste of time. I have to be okay with that because I know it isn't. If my channel blew up and I had 5 million subscribers, people would want to interview me. They would all want to know what my secret is, as if there is one. We do not respect the love and devotion people put into their craft until they acquire some shiny material object or some big number on a screen that we think we want to have for ourselves. Then suddenly all the work they've put in becomes worthy of our respect and attention. And we start like listening to their story very carefully on podcasts, thinking that we can somehow reverse engineer their success if only we act more like them, which fails to consider that most of the people who you love and respect and admire for their creative ability got famous literally by being themselves. In the world of AI slop, people crave and seek and love authenticity. I'm just saying. So how do we go about actually doing that? Well, 2 things that have worked really well for me. Number 1, I create evidence. I have created over a period of time experiential evidence to tell me that what I do is worth doing. My experience with confidence has been this. Confidence does not come from success. Confidence for me has come from failure, like repeated failure. I don't mean that to sound depressing, but hear me out. Having enough failures to know that I'm not going to die if I fail. I'm not going to die if I post a video and it turns out to be kind of cringe. I'm not going to die if I try to paint a scene and nobody even understands what it's supposed to be. We have to give ourselves permission to suck. We have to give ourselves permission to be cringe. We have to give ourselves permission to just be average. And that's really hard to do now because social media brings art to us in such a way that like we can see the most successful, most talented people all day long, and we can't avoid comparing ourselves to what those people do. But the point is never how good it is. The point is that you did it. You have to have a why. You have to know what your why is. And that sounds a little bit self-help, TED Talky, but it's true. You have to know why you make things. And the people who get your art, this has always been my experience, will gravitate towards you if you are authentic in telling your own story. I don't make things because I'm super talented. I don't make things because I need to impress people. I create because I have something to say. I know I said almost that exact same thing in the last video, but only like 6 of you remember that. So I had to make stuff, I had to put it out there, I had to create evidence that I could do it and do it consistently. And I've really had to recalibrate my definition of what makes something good. Everybody tells you that you can't validate yourself by views on social media, but it's very hard not to do it. Because I don't make these videos because I love the sound of my own voice. I make videos to connect with people. I make videos with the intention of reaching an audience. And if I spend a lot of time on a video that gets 35 views and I'm comparing myself to a YouTuber who got 600,000 views, it's going to be very, very hard for me to see the value in. So I have to find other ways to measure quality and my own happiness and whether or not I feel like I'm making progress. I have like 150 videos on this channel, and a lot of them are terrible. But recently I have made a few videos that are really good. Like, I know they're good, and all of them have less than 100 views. But I can say they're good because I crafted them carefully. I put time in. I know I expressed something from my heart very sincerely. And they all got 1 to 3 comments of someone just saying, "Hey, I get it. I feel that way too. Thank you for saying that." That's all it takes for me. I know they're good because I expressed myself as clearly as I could possibly do, like max capacity of my ability to communicate. And after I put them out, I felt better, I felt different, I felt proud, I felt accomplished. It's hard to describe, it's a really intangible thing, but that feeling of, I did the very best I could do right there. And separating that out from whether or not other people see it, whether or not the algorithm sent it to people, whether or not your title got a lot of clicks, whatever. Separating out the number of people who watch it from how well you know you expressed yourself. I think that for me has been the biggest thing that has made me feel like, yeah, I love this. I'm so happy making YouTube videos. Like, it's actually changed my life. And I would really encourage you, if you're still watching this, to get out there and really create your own evidence that you can do things. And find ways to separate that process and that enjoyment from numbers. Not that numbers aren't ever helpful or that you shouldn't have goals to have X number of followers or something like that. I'm not saying those numbers are bad. I'm just saying they are measurements of something else, and we all need to divorce the something else from our own sense of our value. The other thing is, find your tribe. Find your people. Find and communicate with actual people who get you. And if you don't have those people immediately available to you in real life, find them online. Stop doom scrolling and start sharing your work in communities of like-minded people. Hey, I'm your people. Leave me a comment. Send me a DM on Instagram. Show me your stuff. I have time to answer you. Please do subscribe to this channel. It really helps me out, like emotionally. And I'll talk to you all the next time I have something to say. It won't be long.